what is float? Now, who is going to tell me what is float?
It's the amount of time that a task in a project can be delayed without affecting the overall project duration.
Float is a cushion or a flexibility in the schedule which allows some of the activities on certain non-critical paths to delay without affecting the project finish date. So at any cost, project finish date is not going to change because that will put your reputation as a project manager, put your team, and put your company at stake. Yes, exactly. Is one amount of time and activity can be delayed without delaying the project end date. So at the end of the day, the matter is project finish date. That can't be changed. And what you need to do or you need to adjust is within the start and end date in a manner that end date is intact. There is no float for the same reason on critical path. Float is because the critical path is critical path for the reason that it's critical. And it's critical because of the reason that delays are not acceptable over here. So no flexibility, no cushion, no delays is a conversation. It's not even a conversation in critical path. So accordingly, the non-critical path, so it's a non-critical path. This one is a non-critical path, would have some float. But now this is not this much simple. Float has two types as well. Total float and free float. So the definition that you guys have provided and I myself have provided was the definition of total float. The amount of time in days or in whatever units you have kept for your schedule, an activity on a non-critical path is going to delay without delaying the project finish date is total float. For instance, getting the approval from the sponsor is slipping. It's getting delayed, but it's not overrunning, it's just slipping by 1 day because sponsor is not available due to XYZ. When it was planned, he was available, but he is a busy person. Sponsors are usually very busy, right? So now this activity is starting here. It's taking 2 days and it's finishing here. And accordingly, the planned dates for the remaining activities are moving 1 day. And this last activity is now expected to be finished 1 day after. All the activities are going to be moving one day. They are starting here, they're starting here, and they are. Obviously, this activity is slipped because of the unavailability of the sponsor. And there is a lag of 1 day between the last activity and this one activity. It's not a planned lag, it's like a lag which just has been there because of some resource unavailability. Now, because of this time, which was available as per the planning, 7 days. It was a float. The 7 days was a float. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days was our total float. Remember the definition, the amount of time which is available between the project, between the point where your non-critical path is finishing and the project finish date is your total float. And within this flexibility or cushion, if an activity is delaying, one or more activities are delaying on the non-critical path, that's okay. It's like consuming your total float. For instance, after this use case is done, out of 7 days, 1 day of total float is utilized, and now 6 days of total float is remaining, which is fine. Your project finish date is still intact. Of course, your plan is going to be a little moving. Your resource plans may need to be adjusted accordingly for project management plan activities. They need to be available for 1 day after. So you may need to talk to their functional managers and all. All of that needs to be done. I'm not justifying it, but at least on the schedule ground, you are safe. Your project finish date is not because of this change. This total flow. What is free flow? Anybody knows free flow?
Yes.
Yes. What is free?
It is activity based. Basically,
Yes.
if one activity, how much it can move in a direction without affecting the subsequent activity.
Exactly. If so free float exists only, it's not necessarily there, even in the non-critical path activity. Free float is conditional. If it exists as per the idea, only then it may apply. Otherwise, free float is not there. For instance, first of all, what is free float? Free float is the cushion available between two related activities based on which the predecessor activity is delayed without affecting the start time of the successor activity. That is free. Now, none of the activities on this plan has free float as per the original plan. So we need to create a use case over here. Let's help you explain. For instance, let's assume that this activity was planned to be 2 days. Let's assume, just to understand what is free. Monday, Tuesday. This is the plan. Okay? So the blue bar is going to be Monday and Tuesday. And this second activity, review the schedule, is supposed to be starting on Thursday, and there is a lag of 1 day. Lag is purposely injected, float is automatically appearing. That's the difference between float and lag. Lag is injected with planning. Float automatically emerges after arranging all the activities as per their logical sequence.